Guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been so long, excuse the noise in the background. So I've started stripping down the VXR engine because our chains finally came. So we've had the new oil pump fitted. That sprocket's just on loosely for now. This head has been off. I'll take it off and show you in a minute. But yeah. Now the reason why this was so long is because of these buggers trying to get hold of, I mean these are the head bolts, the stretch bolts, so you can't reuse them, especially because we're going to be pushing more power, more PSI through the engine via that turbo. So there's the turbo now. It's got a nice turbo blanket on. We are going to keep the heat shields off and tie it up together with this downpipe. It's been nicely heat wrapped. So yeah, the reason why it was so long is because of these twats. Yeah, so I was waiting on these head bolts. I mean, ideally you don't want to strip an engine down and leave it out and open. So I wasn't going to remove the heads or anything until I had the head bolts, so I knew that the head was going to come off, have a clean, and then go back on with a new gasket. Anyway, the reason why it took so long, I mean, these I waited 6 weeks for. You can see the code of them there. So I got them from Engine Parts UK. After like 4 weeks I messaged him saying, you know, what's going on, where are they? And they told me that there was a problem with the second set, quality problem. Yeah, bollocks. So they sent this set, then they sent this set as well for the other side. And for you eagle-eyed viewers, you can see these are completely the fucking different ones. These are splined. They're slightly thicker at the top. You see that where it tapers there. So yeah, so I had to wait again another week for them to send the right second set. Anyway, head bolts are here. So it's the old chains. You see the old tensioners, old head gasket. I mean, it's a good job we changed this. I mean, it has had at some point some rad sealing. If you look here, I mean, it was like a purpley colour. It was fucking awful. I found it around the water pump as well, actually, but it's a good shout to change this head gasket. As you can see, I doubt it would have lasted long. The power are going to be pushing, so both head gaskets are getting changed. Anyway, I thought I'd do a comparison to see how much chain stretch we've got. There's a lot of stretch. So that's bank one, I think. I mean, it doesn't really matter what bank. And then we've got a main timing chain which goes around the crank and obviously ties in the two cylinder heads together, and again you can see massive stretch in that. So yeah, big stretch. I'll show you now the head that I have done, cleaned down. We'll inspect the pistons. Everything looks good. The injector's mightily clean, which is good. But yeah, I'll show you the head now. So yeah, you can see where it's had some rad seal or something. Pistons are all good though. But yeah, it's a good shout to do the head gaskets. Yeah, I see it's had cooling problems coming from that head gasket there. So yeah, let's get it done and changed. So yeah, so it's the underside of the second cylinder head. Valves all look good. Spark plugs need changing. They'll be getting changed when it's back together. So yeah, so now I'm just going to give this a bit of a clean and just take all this crap off, so we've got a clean surface for the new head gasket. And yeah, while we're there, I'm going to flush out these galleries as well with water. Take the oil out, so we'll use an extractor for that, which I'll probably do now actually. So yeah, just need to clean this now, clean this down, clean it off, and then do the same on the block side, and then we can put our new head gasket on. Okay, it's the block all cleaned. New cylinder head gasket there. Now, let's get this head on. So this is the intake gasket, and what I'm doing now, you can just see the little crusty bits. I mean, ideally you should get a new one of these, but I mean the rubber is still got its integrity, so it's still going to make a nice seal. So yeah, so I'm just going to get some brake cleaner and just clean all these crusty bits off, and then I know we're going to get a decent enough seal on the intake to the cylinders. So yeah, so I'm just going to clean that, and then we can get on with putting it back together. Alright, so there we go. So now got rid of all the calc in the chalk sort of substance on the seals, so that is ready to be fitted back onto the intake. So the injectors obviously sit on here with the initial intake from the cylinders, so let's get on with that. Okay, so I had timed this when I fitted the chains. I've just come to do a check. So first of all, we need to get cylinder 1, which is this one, to top dead center. So you see I've got 2 marks there, the very bottom obviously being top dead center, that's bottom dead center, So now we should get these special tools that we got. So on our first bank, this tool, if the engine's timed properly, should fit on. So there we go. So that shows us this cylinder is in time with where the pistons are. And then the second bank, we've got another tool, and these should just slide on, like so. So that tells us both cylinder heads are in time with the crank. So now we've got our timing right, we can put the cover back on and start rebuilding this engine back in, ready to go in. Now, reason it has been so long is because I've been waiting for these parts in particular, these two. So what I noticed is, obviously you can just see here where it's had a lot of, I mean, I've cleaned most of this up. It's had a leak basically from behind the water pump. So this obviously is block side, and if you look at the gasket has seen better days. Now you try finding one of these gaskets, they're pretty hard to find. Well, I found them pretty hard to find, so I had to wait a while for it. So we've got a new one here. There's the code if anyone is after one themselves. So yeah, so that's going to give us a good seal. I think that may have been one of many problems why we had water on the outside of the chain, the timing chain cover. Who knows anyway at this point. And the next one is, I've just been waiting for one of these, which is the crank seal. Again, it took ages to get here, but what I didn't want to do is, since I've cleaned all this off, I didn't want to put this back on the engine, get it back in the car only for it to piss oil out of here. So yeah, so that's why it's been a while. Anyway, full steam ahead now. Today we are going to put the engine back together at some point, install this new seal, put this new gasket on, and yeah, good to go. Can't wait, to be honest. But yeah, at least we now know we've got a very accurately timed engine, so let's get it. Yes guys, we are nearly there, so today I've just been putting the engine back together. So timing chain back on, cover back on, obviously all the coil packs, so I've got to put the bolts in for these. Loom's gone back on, intake is all back on. So yeah, she's looking miles better, isn't she? Hey, miles better. So we're not that far off now. I've just got to sort a few things out. Obviously the, where is it? So on the manifold, we've got a pipe here that's split, which we'll need to weld, or just weld a new one. You can see we welded the SAI out, so we're not putting that back on. But yeah, almost there. So imagine the next video we're going to be putting it back in the car. Hopefully it's going to start and run properly. So thanks for watching, thanks for the 1k subs. Please like and subscribe if you like what I'm doing. I have got a couple of project cars that I'm going to introduce in the next video, some really exciting stuff. Anyway, yeah, if you're new to the channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.